honey.
Hi guys, come on in.
Thanks for having us. We have here.
So this is our front room where we've got all our terrariums. We've got some of our rare tropicals and Jimmy's little jar creations over here. We've got dart frogs and glass frogs and more dart frogs, and these are our giant leaf frogs in here. And this is our little orchid wall, our drip wall in our tank.
Hey, Bonnie, can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
How long have you been growing Hoyas?
I want to say at least 15 years.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a while.
Was that your first first species or genera that you grew?
No, I started with terrarium plants when I was about 15.
Oh, okay.
So, oh God, 26 years ago.
What was your first Hoya?
Oh, geez, this is a hard one. Probably serpens, or I used to bring in a lot of the Bertonier and the what are the other ones I used to get in? I used to get a lot of like the unknown stuff when I do imports from Thailand
Sounds like
and
the
Indonesia.
smaller.
Yeah, and I've gotten IDs
terrarium.
from them over the years, but
Yeah.
they didn't have. I used to get imbricata a lot.
Okay.
That might have been one of my first ones.
Awesome. And what was your favorite Hoya and why?
The one I kept killing. Let's see. I think we got it in here. Darwinii.
I'm sure you're like an expert with this one now.
I used to kill this all the time, and then I got really good at it. So this is Hoya darwinii with the
pocket.
the inflated leaves.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know it does that.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
And we found it does better mounted, but it does okay in a really chunky mix too. But it took me 7 years to keep one of these alive. I think the clone I was getting before from the US just wasn't that hardy, and when I started bringing them in for overseas, they did better.
So how what's the care on that one? Is it just like regular?
Same as imbricata, bright light, high humidity, let it dry out.
So that's
in between.
sun-stressed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all sun stress from the house, but we just keep it similar to like our ant plants and our orchids.
That's awesome. How did you get started with Hoyas?
Oh, they just kind of fell in there when I was doing all the other tanks. So, you know, looking for something that I could, when doing the dart frog terrariums, that's the big one, just being able to mount stuff to the back walls.
So they do well.
Oh, hey, I want epiphytes, you know, what's another one I can play with? Oh,
that's true.
They go really well with my orchids, so
What was the first plant you successfully propagated?
I used to do a lot of gesneriads, so African violets, Persea.
Yeah, Epicia sort of, like, it's not really just Nereids.
Yeah. So I did a lot of those when I was a kid.
So why do you like Hoyas?
The flowers smell nice. They taste good.
They taste good.
They grow
I didn't even know
taste.
are they edible, really?
With the sap, when they're blooming, have you ever tried it?
No.
The nectar tastes.
I didn't know you can.
Yeah, it's very sugary.
Okay, makes sense.
So next time you see the blooms and they're like dripping and you haven't put any systemic on them.
Don't poison yourself. Okay,
Yeah, don't poison yourself, please. But I love the sun stressing on them. You can get some really neat colors. And unfortunately, we just moved these all to the indoor greenhouse, so a lot of ours are fading. But we used to get like just this was one of the ones. Yeah, we used to get a lot of really nice purples and stuff on the.
Which, speaking of blooms, which is your favorite?
I'm gonna mispronounce it because I'm terrible at it. It's the Fauciana, the Angulata sky.
Okay.
This one's got really big burgundy. They're really pretty.
Oh. Which one is the easiest to bloom?
Oh God, our Bella over there has not. That thing.
I've heard that Bellas have been Hella bloomers. So what is your favorite medium? I see so many different kinds of mediums. So for Hoyas, which one do you like to use?
We just do a chunky mix, kind of similar to our aroid mix.
Okay.
We add in, you know, cocoa chunks, big bark, perlites.
And then it looks like the mounted ones are just moss then.
Yeah, just long fiber sphagnum over cork bark is the easiest.
And I see you have so many other generas here. Which is your next favorite to grow?
We've got some really cool Amorphophallus in there, the corpse flowers. There's a dwarf species from Thailand that's pink and black.
Oh, wow.
So that one's really cool. We used to have some bigger ones at the house, but they don't smell pleasant when blooming, so depends what time of year if I like them or not.
Sounds like your next bigger favorite one is aroids then.
No, actually, it's just anything weird.
Okay.
So,
Anything
like
weird,
the
that's the criteria.
Hypersia fall under there, any of the ant plants, the Lechinopterus, the ant ferns, just anything odd.
Which species are you currently working on propagating more to make available for everyone?
Been doing a lot of pipers, we've been doing a lot of Selaginella. We do like to try to focus on things that we know are having trouble in the wild that we want to make sure are more widespread.
Yeah. So they tend to be more on the terrarium type of plants, or more. I think the pipers can be outside, right?
Not ours, no. Yeah,
No,
this
okay,
is
they
all
are all
high
high.
humidity.
They
Yeah.
need high. Okay, so that is pretty much the criteria of plants.
Yeah,
to live in
we
terrarium.
yeah, we don't do much on the arid side. It's all pretty much tropical. Usually at least 60 to 70% humidity.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I can feel it. Okay, so I'm gonna start asking you the hard questions now. All right, brace yourself. When's your birthday?
2 weeks, September 14th.
Oh, okay. So Libra.
No, Virgo.
You were a Virgo already. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite color?
Green.
Okay.
And periwinkle, but mostly
Okay.
green.
What do you prefer, hot or cold weather?
Cold.
Okay. Yes, I agree.
I picked the wrong profession for this because the greenhouses are always, as you can tell, it's for anyone watching this online, it's what, 90 degrees in here right now. So.
Oh my gosh. So the next question is like, where is your favorite place then? Like, how do you escape the heat?
I love Colorado. I love Oregon. I like the mountains.
Yeah.
Anywhere chilly.
And do you have any pets, not including the one?
Not all the frogs
not
and the
including
reptiles
frogs
in
and
the front room. I have a 3-legged Chihuahua named Chubbs. And
Aw.
we've got a little dog named Debbie. She came to the rescue with a broken pelvis. So we always get the injured. Whenever
Yeah.
I do the reptile shows and they have the injured animals there, that's
Yeah.
usually what we go home with. We had a 2-legged cat for about 5 years before. And,
2-legged cat. Wow.
Yeah.
Was it on a crutch?
No, he had his front legs.
The wheels?
And his name was Scooter, and he could just drag. He was actually
Cute.
faster than most of our other cats.
That is so cute.
But he passed away the other year, unfortunately. So now we just have Zoe, our other cat, who was a feral. So she's
Okay, so she's outside.
no, she's inside.
Oh,
She
okay.
just needed lots of acclimation to come inside.
Okay, that's great because I know some barrels like take.
We got her when she was
forever.
little, so she
Okay.
just hid for 3 months, and then we worked on her.
Do you
Yes.
have any other hobbies that are not plant related?
I used to do historical costuming. I used to sew custom corsets and do the giant Renaissance fair
awesome.
costumes and.
But not like cosplay like.
No,
Dungeons
this
and Dragons.
was
This was like
Elizabethan,
authentic,
yeah.
right, like from that era. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. What is your favorite food and or dessert?
I'm gonna be lazy and just say pizza.
Who doesn't like pizza? This is good. What kind of music do you like to listen to?
It's usually Tori Amos and Tool. I don't get control of the radio
That is
here.
so different. Tori Amos and Tool.
And
That's
when I used to volunteer at the Huntington, I'd be blasting Tool in their back greenhouses. So they would have the researchers come in to look at our plants, and it would be Tool blasting in the background, and I would get a lot of funny looks. The plants seem to enjoy it. So.
Okay, there you go. It's like, everyone's like, oh, they like classical music, and I'm like, no,
No, they don't.
Go with that too. Awesome.
I didn't kill anything, as far as I know.
Or any other greenhouses or cool
Yeah,
weird
so
plants you want
if you want to go ahead and if you want to
Yeah,
go in there,
do
just
it.
don't be careful with the floor. But there's staghorns in the back, and there's
Oh my gosh,
lots of
that is a
Labicia.
huge one.
So these are our epiphytic blueberries. We've got Spirospermum. I don't think there's any berries. Oh wait, here's one. There's a little
So
blueberry.
wait, are these edible?
Yes, and some of them taste like battery acid.
Eee,
There
yeah.
are a couple genuses that I don't think are. This is Cavendishia, Disterigma, Macleania. And then we've got a lot of our ferns in here. This is Nepenthes, a carnivorous pitcher plant. There's a Hoya.
Oh, what Hoya is this?
Oh my goodness, it came from one of my friends and I'm blanking.
What's
Is it
this
just Hoyadii?
Oh,
I think. So here's one of the ant ferns I was talking about. This is a Lechinopterus. So it's got these giant hollow rhizomes that
Right.
ant colonies usually
it looks like
utilize.
a fern.
It is a fern.
It's a fern. Oh
It's an
my
ant fern, yeah.
gosh. I didn't know they had
And so it does the same thing as the Hoya
Hoya.
darwinii. It's got the hollow.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, here's our Diffidia hirsuta. And you were asking about the major. Here's a smaller
Yeah.
clone of the major. Here's a bigger Darwinii with the same. There's some like Finlaysonia I've had for over 10 years.